Chapter 588, The Vain Roadhog. In the backyard, the sound of a hammer smacked something, and a kid with a really tough personality and superiority complex slammed into a sequoia tree branch, and he was hanging from said branch by his underwear, and we were cheering. Me, that was awesome. Kevin, sweet. Nice one, Naz. Naz, that was fun. Who's up next? We cheered. Johnny, it's our turn, plank. Yip yip yahoo. Bully, no way. Johnny jumped onto a board and it launched the bully into the air and he hit the tree branch. BLAM. Me, that was awesome. To the viewers, you may be wondering what this is all about. Well, this kid here is Nick Monroe, and he is a nasty juvenile delinquent bully with a nasty and foul disposition. He was picking on Lincoln at school and me, and will beat him up really bad and got him expelled. Also, he was arrested for possessing a gun on school grounds, and he was wanted for numerous crimes and sentenced to 6 months of our form of punishment. Eddie told me that this was the same punishment Ed and Double D used on him in Peach Creek. It was a scam they made, and it's the best one they made. We call this scam Bell game of retribution on enemies. Lori, this is literally the most fun I've ever had. Bobby, you said it, babe. Ed, step right up, Rolf. Only 25 cents. Rolf, you must be pulling Rolf's leg. Rolf shall return. He left. Kevin, I'll just take your turn till you get back then. Laney, nothing is more satisfying than dishing out some justice on our enemies. Bully, don't do it. BLAM. Linka, you said it. Ed, and I've got a jar on my buttocks. Rolf came back and he had a Ginner Mouse bag of quarters in his hands. Rolf would like this many goes at the boy of menace. He dropped the huge bag of quarters and crushed Ed. Ed, ow. Me, awesome Rolf. Sarah, this is gonna be so fun. Rolf, stand back as Rolf has eaten Mama's pickled cabbage. See yarg. He slammed the hammer onto the board and sent him flying, and he hit the tree several times. Me, serves that freak right. I have a feeling that after we're done with him he'll be like Aaron Hernandez. Lisa, that's correct, second elder brother. Aaron Hernandez, the convicted murderer football star for the New England Patriots, had the worst case of chronic traumatic encephalopathy anyone had ever known in the fields of medical science. Me, I saw those pictures in the newspapers and on the internet. That was horrible. But after we're done with Nick he'll be a brain-dead vegetable. Lincoln, yep. Lana came out. Lana, guys, we got trouble. Me, uh-oh. We go into the mansion and on the TV we saw the news. News reporter, a man with a long mullet has just robbed the Gotham Royal York First National Bank and is now getting into his monster truck. It is armed with a prototype experimental hypersonic engine that was built by NASA and stolen by him, and he is called Motor Ed. Shago, oh man. This guy is nothing but trouble. Kim, he's also one of my enemies. Me, what can you tell us about him, Kim? Kim, well, he's often called Motor Ed and he's the cousin of Draken. Motor Ed was a mechanical engineer, one of the best in the country, but conflicts with his more professional colleagues over his manner and style, especially his mullet, led to his going rogue at the government facility he worked with. He first encountered Kim, whom he consistently called Red because of her hair, raw unstoppable, and their new friend Felix Renton when he tried to steal parts for the ultimate fleet of custom wheels. He was foiled by a clever ruse centered around a fictional, but cool-sounding, part called the turbonic charger valve, playing on his love of car technology. He later joined up with his cousin Dr. Draken, and his sidekick, Shago, and used cyber-robotic technology reverse-engineered from Felix's wheelchair to enhance Draken's Dumbi. They were foiled when the heroes exploited a known weakness in the source technology to take control of the Dumbi. In the early part of Kim's senior year, as she was having trouble relating to her car, Ed broke Shago out of jail to join him in an undisclosed scheme, snubbing his cousin on the way out. He stole an experimental spacecraft called the Kepler from the Middleton Space Center, and turned it into a hypersonic dragster. His goal was not to do anything specifically evil, but to simply cruise across the country with a hot babe at hypersonic speed, along with an Alaskan cruise. It was on the list of things he wished to do before he croaked. Shago, enraged, blew him out of the cab, leaving the unmanned Kepler to be stopped by Kim. Both were subsequently captured. Me, whoa. This guy is really crazy. Let's get him, guys. Everyone, yeah. Nico, let's use our vehicles to catch up to those guys. May, good idea. Let's fight cars with cars. Me, good idea. We went to our garage and got in our cars. Me, let's ride. Brittany, horses for me. Me, your choice, Brittany. Let's burn some rubber. We press red buttons on our dashboards. Singers, roadster racers, kuhulu. Our cars turned into super fast roadsters. Me, time to burn rubber. Motor Ed drove past us and we went after him. Me, target sighted, guys. Ready weapon systems. We did so. The Guardians were flying above the cars. Me, hey Ed. Your license has been revoked. Pull over. Motor Ed, come and get me, you clods. Seriously. He pulled a lever and he went at 10,000 miles per hour and he was going so fast that he was setting the whole road on fire. Me, whoa. He's not the only one that can go fast. Let's go. We pull levers on our cars and we went at 10,100 miles per hour and we were setting the road on fire with different color flames. Ron, wow. We're really going fast. Kim, we sure are. Me, Ben, turn into XLR8 and get on his truck. Ben, okay. Ben turned into XLR8. Ben, XLR8. We got close to the truck and Ben got on it, punched Ed all over. XLR8, I can't stop this thing while going this fast. Me, we'll have to stop it our way. I press a brown button and out of the sides of my car came out chainsaws and I slashed the truck's tires and the prototype hypersonic engine overheated and exploded. Kraboom. The truck was slowing down and we did the same and XLR8 slammed on the brakes and we stopped. Me, that was a wild ride. Luan, it sure had us making tracks. Laughs to rimshot, get it? We laugh at Luan's joke. Me, laughs, that was a good one. Very, it sure was. XLR8 opened the car door and got out and Ed fell out of the truck and he was dizzy. Me, Motor Ed, you are under arrest. Nico, that won't be needed, JD. He'll be in for a rude awakening later. Me, okay man. Motor Ed got up and he saw Shago. Motor Ed, to Shago, are you still mad at me for that hypersonic dragster scheme I pulled off with you? Shago, what do you think? Throws green fire at him. I kicked him in the face. Me, you are by far the most disgusting freak ever. Motor Ed, you are one to talk. Seriously. Me, your vocabulary is pathetic. Did you flunk English class? Lisa, I agree. It's obvious that he did. He saw Will. Motor Ed, to Will, hey, babe. Why don't you ditch these losers and join up with a real man? Matt, back off. She's my girlfriend. Motor Ed, seriously? I doubt that someone with flabby muscles like you has her as a girlfriend. Matt, furious flabby muscles. Tackles Motor Ed to the ground and gets into a fist fight with him. Me, oh man. Let's get him, guys. Guardians unite. We went Guardian. Well, the heart. Irma, water. Tyranny, fire. Cornelia, earth. Halen, air. Me, lightning. Alien, time. Megan, space. I punched Ed in the face and kicked him in the stomach and fired a blast of lightning and electrocuted him. XLR8, let's use our combo on him, Cornelia. Cornelia, you got it. XLR8 went fast at 500 miles per hour and Cornelia formed a massive storm of leaves. XLR8 in Cornelia. Sonic Leaf Storm Hurricane. The leaves blew around XLR8 and they slashed Ed with incredible speed and he was completely covered in numerous paper cut slashes. XLR8, time for Wrath to have some fun with you. He pressed the Omnitrix symbol and turned into Wrath. Then, Wrath. Me, he's in for it now. Wrath, let me tell you something, Eddie Lipsky, otherwise known as Motor Ed. You want a piece of Wrath. You got a piece. But you just bit off an eye bigger than your stomach can chew. Motor Ed, dude, that made no sense. Seriously. Wrath, I know. Punches Motor Ed. He was punching him all over the place and he was loaded with bleeding cuts and more. Rosalina, let's use our combo on him Peach. Peach, you got it Rosalina. Rosalina fired star crystals and Peach fired a blast of fire from her hands. Rosalina and Peach, Star Flame Comet Storm. The blasts combined and turned into a shower of stars on fire and they pulverized and burned Motor Ed. Me, hey Motor Ed, has anyone ever told you that you sound just like our cheapskate con artist grocery store owner Flip? I kick him in the face. Me, don't answer that. Luan, hey Ed. This will shock you. She grabbed his hand and he was being shocked with a 20,000 volt joy buzzer. Luan was laughing hard and we were laughing too. Lincoln and Linka had lightning in their hands and they grabbed him and electrocuted him much worse. Ed was screaming in pain and he was really getting shocked. When it stopped 2 minutes later he was a charred man. Motor Ed, in extreme pain, ow. Haylin, let me cool you down. Haylin used her final smash. Haylin, Hypercane Tornado Spin. Haylin formed a powerful blast of wind that spun him in a tornado at 500 miles per hour. Me, wow. That is genius. Lisa, indeed. Using the power of Carrie Emanuel's hypothetical super weather storm is a stroke of genius. Me, yep. Arpeggio, British accent, let's see how you like my final smash. Arpeggio used his final smash. Arpeggio, Red Feather Storm. He threw numerous feathers that were as sharp as razors and they hit Motor Ed and cut him all over. Me, ouch. That was clever. Green Sprixie Princess, let's use our final smash guys. Red Sprixie Princess, you got it. They used their final smash. Sprixie Princesses, Rainbow Prism Petal Storm. They fired a huge blast of flower petals of each color of the rainbow and they covered him and buried him in petals. Carrie, time for my final smash. Carrie had her Keyblade ready and used her final smash. Carrie, Light Purity Flash. She fired a ball of rainbow light and it hit Motor Ed and exploded. Kaboom. Me, that was awesome. Nico, Edward Lipsky, you have failed this city. Fires Bowser's fire breath at Motor Ed. Me, wow. You have Bowser's hideously bad breath. Nico, yep. Ed, I have something. JD. I'm gonna need double DS bunny slippers in a rug. Me, okay Ed. I go and get said things and Ed put on double DS bunny slippers. Ed, Double D showed me all about this. Ed was shuffling along the rug I brought and he was getting an incredible amount of electricity. Gabrielle, British accent, oh I see what he's gonna do. He's gonna shock Motor Ed with the most powerful static electricity shock ever. Lincoln, this is gonna be so cool. Linka, let's help him. Gabrielle, Lincoln, and Linka channeled lightning into Ed and he got a massive electric charge and the charge was so strong that he had an incredibly powerful electromagnetic field. Me, this is gonna be big guys. Ed walked up to Motor Ed and held his finger out. Ed, zappity zap zap. Ed touched him and it released a massive atomic explosion of lightning and electricity all over the place. Crab. When the smoke cleared, Motor Ed was a charred and burned mess. Ed, tag. You're it. Me, wow. That is a static electricity shock on steroids. We walked up to Motor Ed and he was on his last legs. Me, it's over Motor Ed. Motor Ed, that was seriously the most pain I've ever felt. Me, well it's just gonna get worse for you. Mrs. Lipsky, Edward Lipsky. Motor Ed, Auntie. Nico, yeah, I figured that since you're Draken's cousin, I'd subject you to the same punishment as him. Mrs. Lipsky, first, your cousin. And now you do this kind of thing again. No more. You are grounded for 10 years for this. Grabs Motor Ed by the ear. Motor Ed, cries hysterically no, Auntie. Have mercy. I'll do anything. Me, this is a worse punishment for you than prison. Well went to Matt. Well, tending to Matt's black eye, what were you thinking? Taking on a grown man by yourself without going shaggin' first. Matt, well, when you're defending a girlfriend's honor, you tend to forget a lot of things. Well, that's true. Kim, either way Motor Ed will never terrorize the roads ever again. Ron, and he will never be trusted outside ever again. Me, yep. I have an idea for you, Lynn. Lynn, what is it, JD? Me, we can use Motor Ed's monster truck and have it modified for you and you can use it in the demolition derby. Lynn, the demolition derby? Awesome. We got the truck back to our home and got to work on it. We modified it and called it the Linstruction Machine. Lynn, this is awesome. Me, and just in time too because the Gotham Royal York Demolition Derby is here. Lynn, sign me up. We were in the stadium and we saw Lynn crush and destroy numerous cars with weapons in her huge tires. Lynn won the competition with incredible ease and she was the champ. Motor Ed was now never allowed to leave his home ever again. He was however ordered to pay $400 billion in restitution for all the damages he caused. The end. Another fanfiction complete. Motor Ed was one of the weirdest enemies of Kim possible and he was a funny one too. He was always obsessed with that mullet of his. What a freak. Nico-chan 11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks man. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time.